It's a new Hyundai small SUV. It's called the Venue, and it's just a little bit smaller than the Hyundai Kona. I'm in the Venue Active, which is in the middle of the range and costs around $23,000, so it's pretty well priced for a small SUV. It competes with cars like the Mazda CX-3 and the Ford Ecosport, but because of the low price, actually also competes with small cars like the Kia Cerato, for example. Here's how it did over a week of driving with my family. If you want a more detailed review, head to the CarsGuide website, and if you're watching this on YouTube, don't forget to hit subscribe. So first impressions of the Venue for me is that this exterior is inspired a little bit by the Range Rover. It's got a similar shape with slanting back windows, but of course it's not in the same price bracket and is not quite as refined. I'm not a fan of the giant grille on the front, it feels too big for the car, but the rest of it does look good. Inside is fairly basic, so there are no fabulous additions and you won't get anything flash. If the outside looks Range Rover-ish, the inside most certainly does not. But it still looks good when you remember how much you're paying for this car. There are fabric seats that feel fine to sit on, even in shorts. There are no cheap scratchy bits, so that's really good. The center console is a simple design, but it's functional as well, so you won't get confused when you're using the buttons. In the Active, you get a few extras that aren't on the base models, so you get a leather steering wheel, a better stereo, and nicer wheels. For storage, there are 2 cup holders in the front. You'll get a smallish center storage bin, quite a large spot for your keys and a phone, and a small storage area in each door. And for a small SUV, there is a surprising amount of interior space, especially in the front, where I normally feel in small SUVs that I'm sitting quite close to the passenger. In this car, while it's not huge, it's spacious enough. The back has been roomy enough for my 2 children this week. They're aged 6 and 8, so they're quite small. They didn't have heaps of room to swing around in, but you know what, for young children, it's plenty. I'm also able to fit back here. I'm 161 centimeters. There's not that much space between my knees and the seat in front of me, so I think tall adults might be comfortable for short trips, but for longer journeys, they'd want to sit in the front. You do miss out on rear air vents in the Venue, but that's fairly standard across a small SUV range. Still, it was really noticeable this week because it was 36 degrees on a few days and my kids were complaining. So over short distances is when it's really hot because the car just doesn't have time to cool down. I'm sure over longer distances, the car will flow, the air will flow from the front and the car will cool down. There are no cup holders in the back, but you do get a small bottle holder in the doors and a small pocket on the back of the front seats. The boot is interesting because on paper, this boot is actually a few litres smaller than the Hyundai Kona, but it still fits our CarsGuide pram, which the Kona does not. You'll easily get school bags in here or groceries. It's not a huge boot, but for a small SUV, it's pretty good. Driving is fairly cruisy in the Venue. There is a 1.6 litre engine, which is perfect if you're doing the suburban route. So if you're driving between school and work and home, this car is perfect for that. It works a little hard to get up hills, but coasting along highways is good. You won't be the fastest car on the road in the Venue Active, but you know what? It's nimble and gets around pretty easily. The turning circle is nice and small, so doing U-turns actually becomes a regular thing rather than when you're driving a larger car. The steering wheel turns easily, it's not heavy at all, and I love being able to nip into parks this week because of the size. There's also a decent reverse parking camera to help you out. The multimedia is good. It comes with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, so you can plug in your phone for instant access to the phone's main apps. So I used Maps to navigate my way here. I used Spotify to listen to podcasts. And for a car in this price range, it's great that that comes standard. Fuel consumption is a claimed 7 litres per 100 Ks, and the car for me this week did 7.5 litres, so pretty accurate. Safety includes auto emergency braking, rear parking sensors and lane keep assist. You'll also get 6 airbags in the Venue and 2 ISOFIX points plus 3 top tether points to fix kids' car seats in. The Hyundai Venue Active is a good family car choice if you've got a young family and you're looking to upsize from a small car. It's about the same price, but you get that all-important height on the road, which makes it easier to do kids' seatbelts up. There's a good amount of interior space and it fits a single pram in the boot. Plus, it drives well. I gave it a family rating of 7.3 out of 10 and my kids gave it a 7. I think they missed the air vents in the back seat. Like this video, subscribe to our YouTube channel or click through to our website.